Hello, this is PSKV coming to you in the comfort of your home. Oh, yes, coming to you in the comfort of your home. And what we making right here is making some fresh chicken broth and some chopped chicken, which can also be used for making chicken salad. That's right. And even, that's right, a chicken salad sandwich. That's right. And we will be doing that in a later video. But right now, the main attention going to be on broth. And they're going to be also about the upside down roast pork. That's right, upside down roast pork, garlic roast pork. And I tell you, it is delicious, it is moist, and I tell you, it is good. So now what we're going to be seeing is the recipe of making homemade chicken broth. And after that chicken is finished, you can chop that chicken up and turn around and make some chicken salad. So this is the recipe also for making broth for stuffing, but also that broth can be used for other recipes. But going right back into that pork roast, baby. That pork roast, that upside down pork roast. That means the skin is not up. The skin is laying flat down at the bottom and of the pan, and that means the flesh meat is on top and all that good season. So this is the upside down garlic roast pork. Now we're going to be looking at that fresh chicken broth. You see that fresh chicken broth? Wow. Let's go into it. Okay, this is the chicken broth. This is the chicken broth for the chicken stuffing. And you see I have a chicken quarter that is in here. Did not cut it up because I'm going to be chopping the meat and skinning it. Skinning the skin off. I'm not going to use the skin. But I always keep the skin on it because it give it more flavor. And I don't cut it up because I want the wholeness of it. So this is how all this here juice coming in. And see the moisture. And let me show you the broth. You see it? So what's in this broth is celery, onions, red onions, green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, sage, and other herbs is in here. Parsley and different things is in here. Okay, you want all the recipe and just hit it down below. Okay, and I'll probably leave some things in the comment, with certain recipes that I'm showing right now. Okay, so this is it right here. So it's still cooking. You see, all of this is the oil from the chicken. See, to make the broth. And see how the oil is standing right on top. So if you don't want to use that much of oil inside of the broth, you can skim it. Skim off the oil and then just use all that broth. Or you see it? That's it. Just skim some of the oil off if you don't want all of it. Okay? So that's it right there. That's it. And that's the sage, the green sage that you're looking at. The green sage. Okay, I'm going to top it up and let it simmer some more. And that's ready for that good old homemade cornbread from scratch that I showed you with my own special ingredients that I put in. All right. And I tell you, it's going to be good. So it's good old stuffing. It's not stove top stuffing. So it takes where you just take one chicken quarter. And in that chicken quarter, you just don't cut it up. Don't skin it. Don't do anything. Wash it very, very good. All in between the skin of the chicken. And then you put that in with all the other ingredients in water. And then let it cook and then simmer. And now when it starts like boiling, then you can lower the flames. This flame right now is on medium. You see, it's on medium. All right, now this is the finished part. The chicken cooled down. The broth is cooled. You see the broth is cooled and ready. And I tell you, everything is ready. And the chicken is already chopped up. Now this here is quarter chicken. 1/4 chicken. That's all I need, So this is the chicken. If you want more chicken, you can put, more than one quarter chicken. You can put 2/4 or 3/4 of it, of the chicken legs. If it's the chicken breast that you want, it's substituted for the chicken breast, whatever way you want to do it. But that is the broth. Okay, so this is the chicken. That's right. This is the side dish that going with the pork, the roast pork. That's right, that stuffed roast pork, that stuffed with with the herbs and the garlic. And I tell you, it came out excellent. So now what I did with the drippings of that pork, the drippings, and I tell you, made a nice broth, the drippings that was underneath. Now those drippings now turned around, and you saw me taking the pot, the pan, the cast iron, and then I put it on the stove, on that grill section right in the middle, and it was in this here, so you remember it. It was in one of those. And what I did was then I turned around and I cooked the drippings and made that rich broth with that. And after I made that rich broth and it cooked down to a good, taste and all that. You know how them drippings are. Come on now. I ain't got to get tied tongue with this. Well, anyway, this is called the cranberry pork rice. That's right, cranberry. What you talking about cranberry? Now, how you make the cranberry pork rice? This is the cranberry pork rice that goes with the side dish of the pork rice. You okay? So how you make this here, you got to deal with that roast pork. All of this come from the roast pork. So after the drippings, don't use all of the oil now. It's the drippings, not the oil. You have to drain the oil, and after you drain the oil, you're going to have drippings at the bottom. And I showed you that. You'll see that in the video. You see that right then and there with the drippings that was left. Then I turn around and I put water in that. Then I put that top over it, and I let that bad boy just simmer and just let that gravy just cook. After I finish, I let it cool off because I knew that what I was doing, because this is one of our recipes, family recipes that go all the way back. For the cranberry roasted, it's called the roasted pork rice with cranberries. So now after that, we take the that broth that was made, then we strain it to make sure that no residue of any of that pork is left in there. Nothing is in there but the broth. So then we take that broth and we put it with the rice. And then after that, we add the cranberries. So dry, it had to be dry cranberries. Then you add that dry cranberries, and I'm telling you, you got a side dish with that pork. I mean, it's out of sight. So when I turn around, when this is finished, I will show you the finished content of this, I was finished showing you the finished content. I'm just gonna stir it a little bit that you can see a little bit of it. See, I'm stirring it up. See, it's not all that oily. See, it's just the broth. See, and it turns the rice brown because, see, it takes some time to cook. This dish, you only can make this with the roast pork. So that takes some time, baby. This ain't no round the clock thing. This is not where you go and get some broth from the store and try to make that, baby. You have to do some cooking to make this broth, baby. I'll tell you now. Stay with PSKV and I'll teach you how to cook with every part of that food can be used for another dish. See that? You see that? You see that? That's the rice. And I'll show you about the rice. Now, how did you get that? And this rice is going to come out so fluffy and beautiful. You hear me? Now, this here rice is cooked with, how I do the rice? First, you wash the rice. That's it. You wash the rice. And I normally keep the top, even though it got a little hole right here for the steam to come out, I still keep that rice a little tippy-toppy, to make sure that it's not going to come out gooey and none of that stuff, But anyway, you tilt that top, and that's it. You got it, baby. You got it. But anyway, first, before you do anything, wash that rice thoroughly. Wash it in cold water. Not no warm water, not no lukewarm water. I mean some icy cold water. And then you can even let the rice sit a little bit, and for that, or that white starchy substance to come up, and then pour it out, then do it again until you get nothing but clear water. Now after that, you put the broth in. When you put the broth in, I tell you, it's already strained. You ready to go. You pour that broth in with that rice. Then after that, because the broth is already what? The substance of water. Now after the broth, then you add the cranberries. You understand me? And you can add a tap of sugar. That is if you require, if you want to. You understand me? But for the dish, it requires just a little tap because you need it like with that tang taste and that And sometimes some of my family, they like it with that tang, sweet, and spicy taste. You see? So you can even put the chili peppers in if you want to make it a little spicy. That's right. And I tell you, it comes out good because you just want a pepper that will give it the taste of it. You hear me? And the smoked chili peppers is the best. Those are the best. The dried chili pepper will go right in there. One piece can go in there. And all of that substance, while that rice is cooking, you're going to pull all that heat out of that pepper into the rice with the cranberries. And the pork flavor is all in there. And then you top it up. You got that spice. You got that little pepper in there. That hot. And that sweet going on, baby. That's a good side dish. Okay, this is the rice. This is the completion. And do you see all the substance? There go the cranberries. Came right up to the top. Right there is all in between the cranberries. So you'll see that when it goes on the plate. But this is the roast pork rice with cranberries. That's right, the roast pork rice with cranberries. And I'm telling you something. It is delicious. It is delicious. I'm telling you, it is delicious. So I'm just going to show you a little bit. See how that is? No sticky, nothing. See? Beautiful texture. Beautiful. 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 So you'll see it when it goes on the plate, because I'll make sure when I plate it up, I'll show you that. But let me tell you that you talking about some good eating. You see that rice? You see how loose it is? You see that rice? That rice look good, don't it? You see that cranberries? You see the pork juice that went all into that rice? That roast pork juice that cooked it. Because it take roast pork, don't take no half an hour. You know, you got, when you cooking that roast pork, baby, you got to take time to cook that pork. And all that juice goes down at the bottom of the pan, which I showed you. And all that good juice can make a good broth. And that's what it did. It made the broth for the rice, for the side dish. You know I love that laughing, babies. I love to laugh. You know that. Now, in the back of that pot, you know I had cooked me some And I'll tell you that because that's another video. So I ain't going to go there with you with that. Can't tell you everything because this is the video about the roast pork. And the side dish with the rice. The roast pork rice with cranberries. That's right. So you can't tell everything at one video. So that means what you got to do is follow me and keep up with PSKV. So subscribe to keep up with the content. That's right. So I hope you watched that good old stuffing dressing recipe. And I said stuffing and dressing recipe because that stuffing that dressing can be used to stuff even down to some green peppers. That stuffing can be used, that recipe can be used to stuff some other things that I'm going to be showing and sharing with you guys. All right. So, talk to you soon. Love ya.